The time is 6:46. Welcome back to Montana this morning, everyone. Some light traffic and taking a look at the airport this morning, panning over just a little bit. Clear blue skies. It's always a pleasant thing to see and a great way to get our morning started. Well, our top story today, President Trump is returning to the U.S. after meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore. Both leaders expressed optimism as their high-stakes summit got underway. The president told Kim he felt confident they would be able to, quote, solve our big problem. The U.S. wants North Korea to give up its nuclear weapons program. Today marks 2 years since a gunman killed 49 people inside the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. Protests will be held across the country to mark that grim anniversary. Last night, survivors of the shooting joined with students from Stoneman Douglas High School to demand an end to gun violence. In February, 17 people were killed in a shooting at the Parkland, Florida school. And in Orlando, Florida, police say Gary Lindsay Jr. killed his 2 children and his girlfriend's 2 children before taking his own life Monday night. Investigators say Lindsay barricaded himself inside an apartment Sunday following a domestic dispute with his girlfriend. Police say during the hostage situation, Lindsay also shot an officer who is now in critical condition. Lindsay was a convicted felon on supervised probation for an arson conviction. The children ranged in age from 1 to 11. Continuing our coverage, the One Big Sky Center project gets a narrow 6-5 endorsement vote from the Billings City Council. At issue Monday night was the project's development plan with Landmark Development Services. Council members had a slew of questions concerning the long-discussed project that's slowly taking shape. As envisioned, the One Big Sky project would create a master development plan for the city's downtown business and medical corridor, including what the plan calls catalyst projects, such as a convention center, downtown housing, or perhaps an indoor recreation facility. Several Billings residents and business leaders expressed support for the project, urging the council to move forward and make a major investment in the Magic City's future.
It's a great city. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud to call myself a businessman in downtown Billings. Let's do what we need to do tonight, please, and vote to accept this development agreement. It's the wave of the future. It'll work, believe me.
Billings needs this plan to determine the best development for our city and our downtown. Voting against this will leave Billings and Eastern Montana, frankly, further in the dust.
When people come to town and they're interviewing for jobs and I give them a tour, the first thing they want to know is, what are you doing to make Billings better? What's happening here that will promote growth? And something like One Big Sky District will give me the answer to that question every time.
Because at the end of this process, this development plan will identify catalyst projects that will be able to be constructed in Billings precisely through how they were identified within the process. So we're getting all the way to construction and all the information we need to move forward to that level.
This is the culmination of the work that we promised with the Strategy Partners MOU, was to bring to you a development plan agreement. And I can tell you, at least from my perspective, the process to get this plan to you has been comprehensive. It's been very thoughtful.
Also at last night's City Council meeting, new Assistant City Administrator Kevin Ifland was introduced to the council. Ifland accepted the job last week, moving from his job as Billings Police Captain. Ifland has spent the past 23 years with the Billings Police Department.
I think that you will find him very knowledgeable. I think that you'll enjoy working with him just as much as I'm welcoming and appreciating his assistance. He'll be transitioning from the police department to the administration office over the next few weeks. Exact dates to be negotiated, I think, with the police chief.
Ifland will be paid close to $120,000 a year in his new job. And updating a story you first heard here on Montana this morning, we have more information on the crime scene surrounding Lewis and Clark Middle School. An elderly man was killed by a transient following an apparent carjacking. 58-year-old Donald Gray Jr. of North Carolina was arrested a short time after the incident and now faces a charge of deliberate homicide. Police found the victim Sunday night near the Lewis and Clark Middle School. Police believe the victim was abducted around 8 p.m. Sunday during an attempted carjacking near 15th Street West and Broadwater Avenue. The victim, whose name has not been released, reportedly suffered fatal injuries during a struggle with Gray. Authorities have not released details on how or where the victim died. Nursing homes and assisted living centers are now suing the Bullock administration in an effort to block cut rates for Medicaid patients. The lawsuit by the Montana Healthcare Association says the administration violated state law by not fully explaining its reason for the cuts or allowing full public participation. The administration cut the Medicaid rates by 3% starting in January, effective for the following 18 months. State health officials say the cuts are needed to respond to reductions in state revenue. But a spokeswoman for nursing and assisted living homes says the state ignored repeated requests to explain how it decided on the 3% figure. Rose Hughes of the Montana Healthcare Association told MTN News Monday the cuts are a big deal, affecting both patients and workers.
Every nursing home in the state could hire 2 full-time CNAs with that amount of money. If you're a person needing assisted living services, you're probably finding access very, very difficult because only half of the assisted living facilities even take Medicaid, and the cuts have exacerbated that.
Medicaid pays medical bills for low-income Montanans and covers about 62% of the people in nursing homes in the state. And now from the campaign trail, less than a week after Montana voters decided who will face off in the state's U.S. Senate race in November, the two candidates are at odds over a statewide TV debate scheduled for this coming Sunday morning. In spite of previously saying he would take part, GOP nominee Matt Rosendale now says he won't. Instead, Rosendale is challenging incumbent Democrat Jon Tester to a series of 5 debates during the campaign. Rosendale's campaign says he plans to spend Father's Day with his family and is disappointed that the Green Party and Libertarian Senate candidates were not invited to Sunday's debate. Rosendale's campaign points out he has committed to at least 2 other proposed debates. The Tester campaign said it's disappointed that Rosendale chose to bail at the last minute. Tester says he still plans to be in Whitefish on Sunday with or without Rosendale. Well, it appears visitors don't need an open Going to the Sun road to set records in Glacier National Park. Glacier is coming off a record year with more than 3.3 million people visiting the park. That new mark was set in spite of the popular Going to the Sun road being closed for several weeks last August and September due to wildfires. The newest park visitation numbers indicate Glacier's popularity is strong year-round. Just last month, the National Park Service reported more than 195,000 people visited Glacier, a new May record. That's close to a 10% increase over the numbers from May of last year. The majority of Glacier visitors access the park through West Glacier, but the park also experienced a surge in visitors at its northern entrance where traffic doubled. And last, the Billings Clinic Classic has announced the headliner for this year's downtown summer party.
This year's headline entertainer for the Classic is going to be Jewel, and she'll actually be performing with the Billings Symphony Orchestra.
My hands are small, I know. They're not yours, they are my own.
Really, the Classic has touched almost every aspect of Billings Clinic, everywhere from psychiatric services, mental health care, to cancer, to facility improvements. I mean, it truly is amazing.
This year, the proceeds will go towards the clinic's pediatric specialty care unit. The funds will be used to support babies, children, and teenagers who require advanced care. Tickets for the Jewel event go on sale this morning at 8:30.